Hi guys, Logan here with another video, and today I got some cool to show you. This is a brand new for 2024 animated talking scary jack-o'-lantern. This is a part of the Gemmy vinyl talking pumpkin series, and this is the most unique one in the style and the retailer. This is being sold at Tractor Supply, which I never thought I would be showcasing anything from Tractor Supply, ever in my life. But when I saw that Gemmy had made this, and it was a part of that series, I kind of knew that I had to get it. It's different. It's got a totally different vibe. It's not like the kind of rotten pumpkin. It's more kind of cartoony and flat. And I don't know, it just has a bit of a different vibe. It's a little more friendly-ish. It's like friendly spooky, which was kind of appealing to me. I have two other versions that are in the series. I have the original one that I have, the one with the candle on the head. And those two are a little more just, generally spooky. So this one was just kind of a different edition. So this guy's retailing for $30. This is the tag. I just took it off because it's just going to go on display right after this, which is a little pricey, but it is what it is. I think it's the tallest one, or at least one of the tallest ones in this series right now. And it's the same as all the other ones. The upper portion moves up and down to make the mouth have the illusion of moving. It's got red LEDs in the eyes and in the mouth, and I mean it's like basically the other ones. This one is pretty interesting. Again, it's just flat. It's just not as if you look at the face, the details are just flatter. I think this was meant to be kind of a more budget version. I don't really think Tractor Supply puts a lot of thought into their Halloween. So, which I don't really blame them or anything. And I can definitely tell because this thing has quite literally the world's shortest try-me. Actually, what is this? Right? That is microscopic. So, definitely a cheaped out version of the other ones. And that's not a bad thing. I still thought it was cool. I liked it. It appealed to me. The sensor is pretty spot on. It's got a light sensor here in the schnoz. My shop's pretty bright, right? And it's a pretty good test for light sensors. Because a lot of them, they usually need light interruptance to go off. Now, this thing was just going off left and right. It was dang near acting like an IR sensor. So, pretty good on the sensitivity. The sound sensor was okay. It wasn't good or bad. It was just standard, which I think it'll go off just fine during Halloween because I'll have a bunch of loud-ass techie props going off. So, it's going to be going. Actual details, there's really not a whole lot to get into. I like the face. Again, asymmetry. Always talk about that. Always enjoy to see that. I like the little cracks. I think they're meant to be cracks, but to me they kind of look like cuts. Imperfect cuts where they're going to carve it. Like they're using a knife that's a little too big. Is what it reminds me of. If you've ever tried to carve a pumpkin, you want to get some fine details, but you're using a big knife. You kind of get these cuts. So it reminds me of. I like that it just has that Gemmy feel, kind of that old school Gemmy feel with the face. It's very stylized, but it's still spooky. And it's what I really like about it. It has that old Gemmy feel with still modern aspects, because had this been in the early 2000s or whatever, this would have been detailed, incredibly detailed. The sculpt would have been crazy. But of course, it's simplified. It doesn't even have sculpted on grooves, really. They just kind of airbrushed it on. Yeah. It's not sculpted. It is on the form, but the actual light... Well, no, I guess it is. It's just really hard to see. It's like so subtle. Never mind, I totally lied. So it does have a form. It's got a bottom form that's like, you can kind of see where it's at. And it's got like an upper form, so like these teeth have an actual form in it. And then it goes up to here. And it just allows them to move. This has got several phrases, and I think it's the same VA for all the other ones, minus the two like the two taller ones from Depot, because those have the high pitched have you come for a trick or for a treat phrases, which is like, I think Clint Ford, I think, is who did that. And then they just pitched his voice up to like sound like a chipmunk on helium. I think that was Clinton Ford that did that. I'm not really knowledgeable on Gemmy VAs and who they are. I just know of Clinton Ford because he's got a kind of a recognizable voice, and he has like literally the easiest name to remember. I just think of Clint Eastwood and Ford, like the car. So that's how I can remember who Clinton Ford is. But yeah. So let's go through his phrases. And by the way, I do like the animation of these. The one thing I've always noticed is that they reset in a weird way. I think it's the relay, because I'm pretty sure these are relay driven, which is genius on Jimmy's part. But yeah.
This Halloween is rotten. I can't find candy anywhere.
As you can see.
Do you know where I can find a good haunted house? Are you afraid of the dark? Watch out for the haunted creatures stalking in the night. Where do you think you're going? There's still plenty of spooks to be had.
I will say the audio quality is a little crunchy, but I still like the audio.
Happy Halloween. Have I frightened you yet? This Halloween is rotten. I can't find candy anywhere.
So yeah, like I said, he's got friendlier audio, but still has that fun, spooky, touch to it. I really like the ambience to these. I like that it's crickets. It's like actual realistic outdoorsy audio, and I think that's what makes this really cool. Yeah, like I really like that. I also think it's interesting that they forgot to paint one of the lines, so you can actually see that it is sculpted. I just couldn't really see it. I have terrible eyesight, which is funny because I always talk about detail. But they actually did forget to paint one of the lines here. But yeah, I think he's cool. I love just this whole series that Jimmy has been putting out. What's really interesting is there was a life-sized ish, I think it was like 2 feet, it was big, version that reminded me of this. It's unreleased. I think there's a video of it somewhere on YouTube. I remember seeing it. It kind of looks janky. It looks like a deformed orange ball sack, kind of. But it kind of reminds me of this style-wise. So I almost wonder if this was meant to go to Lowe's as well originally, because that's what that one was headed. And then they just didn't want it, and then it went to Tractor Supply. I really almost wonder if that was the case, because Lowe's does have some lighter hard. They did. They're getting spookier now, but they did have some more kind of lighter hearted decor for a while, and this does definitely scream Lowe's more so than Tractor Supply. But I guess I don't know. Tractor Supply to me doesn't really have a specific aesthetic besides like country, so it's hard for me to really pinpoint that. But this to me looks more Lowe's like. Personally. But yeah, That's really it. I like this. I think it's really cool. It's super camp. It's super fun. I recommend this to anyone who just wants, kind of a fun, cute pumpkin, for their display. Or if you're a Gemmy collector, or if you kind of like me, just want to kind of passively collect the vinyl pumpkins. Which, by the way, yes, these are vinyl, which is awesome because they won't rot. I will die the day that Gemmy decides to make these latex, which I will not be surprised with if they do that. But for the love of God, Gemmy, don't do this to us. But yeah, no, I like it. It's cute. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.